Well, I didn't start out by doing a parent support group, but I guess when Alec was really struggling, my way of coping with things like that is to go and get informed. And so, of course, I'd been on the web and I'd found the IOCDF, and I saw that there was a conference, and I thought, well, that'll be a wonderful way to go and learn more and to meet other people, because you can feel really isolated as a parent. So I think people find it incredibly valuable just to have a place where they can come and share, and where nothing leaves the room. No children are allowed, just as there are kids sessions where no parents are allowed. We have parent session where no kids are allowed, and it's a place where you can really talk about how hard it is, but also talk about the hope and talk about what you've learned, and all the people share what they've done that's worked for them, which won't necessarily work for someone else, but just a sense that there's hope and a way forward, I think, is very empowering.
I tried a support group, but it was depressing because first off, everybody was much older than me, and they were all just wallowing in deep depression. And I just remember leaving feeling like, is that what it's going to be like for the rest of my life? Like, is this the life I'm going to have? So it did the opposite of help. So I was resistant to go to this new support group that my parents were going to. So to shut up my mom, I agreed to have lunch with the guy who started the group. And that's when I realized he was a cool guy. He wasn't what I expected. He helped my parents learn, like we always say at group, that you'll never understand if you don't have a mental illness, but you can learn to be understanding. And that's what the leader did with my parents. And my parents also deserve a lot of credit because they educated themselves on what it is that we're dealing with here. And I would find myself asking them, so what did you hear at the support group last night? You know, and that was kind of a transition into me going there. And once I went there, it really helped. I met people my age who had been through similar things. I happened to go 3 days without smoking pot one week, and I told people at group about that. And the response I got, the encouragement, the enthusiasm of how big of a thing that was for me, that was unexpected. My mom was going through hell because knowing I was just smoking all this pot. But that group made me feel so good about not smoking for 3 days that I almost kind of didn't want to let them down. And so to this day, I have never smoked again. I took a few years off going to the support group because I was doing well and I was going to school. But when I finished school, I started going back to the support group again just to keep me inspired. And I found myself offering a lot of support. And one thing led to another, and the group asked me to lead. And since that has been huge in my life, every week I learn new things, be it from people there or just things I would say without thinking of them, if not for the discussion in the support group. It's having people trust me, value my input, and that's a great feeling. And you can't get that feeling by going out with people drinking.